Good afternoon, my dear students. Muscles of the shoulder and upper limb. Already I have discussed it with you the muscles in the shoulder and upper limb. Some muscles I have talked with you. This is the anterior view and this is the posterior view. This is the trapezius muscle, pectoralis major, deltoid muscle. This is the deltoid muscle and coracobrachialis muscle and biceps muscle, brachialis muscle, brachioradialis muscle, flexor carpi radialis muscle, thenar muscle, hypothenar muscle, flexor carpi ulnaris, palmaris longus, pronator teres. This is the anterior view. This is the posterior view. Trapezius muscle, deltoid muscle, teres minor, teres major, triceps muscle. This is the triceps muscle. Then latissimus dorsi, brachioradialis muscle, extensor carpi radialis muscle, extensor digitorum, extensor carpi ulnaris, flexor carpi ulnaris. Deltoid muscle. These muscle fibers originate from the clavicle, acromion process and spine of the scapula, radiate over the shoulder joint to be inserted in the deltoid tuberosity. Originate from the acromion, clavicle bone acromion process and inserted in the deltoid tuberosity. Pectoralis major lies in the anterior thoracic wall, originate from the middle third of the clavicle, inserted in the intertubercular groove of the humerus. Coracobrachialis muscle. This lies on the upper medial aspect of the arm. It arises from the coracoid process of the scapula and stretches across in front of the shoulder joint and inserted in the humerus. Biceps muscle. Also we have discussed, this lies on the anterior aspect of the upper arm and rises from the coracoid process of the scapula and passes in front of the shoulder joint to the arm. Originate from the rim of the glenoid cavity and passes through the joint cavity and the bicipital groove of the humerus of the arm. Likewise, already we have discussed. Brachialis muscle. This lies on the anterior aspect of the upper arm deep to the biceps. It originates from the shaft of the humerus and extends across the elbow joint and is inserted in the ulna just distal to the joint capsule, main flexure of the elbow joint. Triceps muscle, also I have discussed it too. This lies on the posterior aspect of the humerus. It has arises from three heads, one from the scapula, two from the posterior surface of the humerus. Insertion from the common tendon to the olecranon process of the ulna. It helps to stabilize the shoulder joint, helps to keep the shoulder in correct place. This muscle is help. Brachioradialis. The brachioradialis spans the elbow joint, originating on the distal end of the humerus, inserted on the lateral epicondyle of the radius. Contraction flexes the elbow joint. Pronator quadratus. Square-shaped muscle, main muscle causing pronation of the hand and has attachment on the lower section of both the radius and the ulna. Pronator teres. This lies obliquely across the upper third of the front of the forearm, arises from the medial epicondyle of the humerus. Can you remember where the epicondyle of the humerus? And the coronoid process of the ulna and passes obliquely across the forearm to be inserted in the lateral surface of the shaft of the radius. Where it inserted? It inserted the shaft of the radius. Radio, it rotates the radio ulnar joint, changing the hand from the anatomical to the writing position. Pronation. When writing, hand pronate, turning the hand to the writing position. Pronation. Pronator teres. You can well remember that. Pronator teres function is pronation. Pronation. Anatomical to the writing position. Supinator muscle, supination, that main function is supination. This lies obliquely across the posterior and lateral aspect of the forearm. Its fibers arise from the lateral epicondyle of the humerus, epicondyle of the humerus and upper part of the ulna, and are inserted in the lateral surface of the upper third of the radius. Where it inserted to the upper third of the radius. It rotates the radio-ulnar joint. We can rotate the radio-ulnar joint by supinator muscle, changing the hand from the right into the anatomical position. Right in position to anatomical position. Supination. Flexor carpi radialis. This lies on the anterior surface of the forearm. It originates from the medial epicondyle of the humerus and is inserted in the second and third metacarpal bones. Originate from the medial epicondyle, inserted into the metacarpal, second and third metacarpal bones. It flexes the wrist joint and when acting with the extensor carpi radialis, abduct the joint. Flexor carpi ulnaris, this lies on the medial aspect of the forearm. It originates from the medial epicondyle of the humerus and the upper parts of the ulna and is inserted in the pisiform, the hamate and the fifth metacarpal bones. It flexes the wrist. It helps to flex the wrist and when acting with the extensor carpi ulnaris, adduct the joint. Extensor carpi radialis, longus and brevis. These lie on the posterior aspect of the forearm. The fibers originate from the lateral epicondyle of the humerus and are inserted by the long tendon into the second and third metacarpal bones. Where it originates from the epicondyle of the humerus, inserted the long tendon into the second and third metacarpal bones. They extend and abduct the wrist. Extensor carpi ulnaris, this lies on the posterior surface of the forearm. It originates from the lateral epicondyle of the humerus and is inserted in the fifth metacarpal bone. It extends and adducts the wrist. Palmaris longus, this muscle resists shearing forces that might pull in the skin and fascia of the palm away from the underlying structures and flexes the wrist. It helps to flex the wrist. Its origin is on the medial epicondyle of the humerus and it inserted on tendons on the palm of the hand. Extensor digitorum. This muscle originates on the lateral epicondyle of the humerus and spans both elbow and wrist joints in the wrist. It divides into 4 tendons, one for each finger. Action of this muscle can extend any of the joints across which it passes. In example, the elbow, wrist or finger joint. Muscles that control finger movement. Hereafter, large muscles in the forearm that extend to the forearm, that extend to the hand, give power to the hand and fingers, but not the delicacy of the movement needed for fine and dexterous finger control. Smaller muscles which originate on the carpal and metacarpal bones control tiny and precise finger movements via tendinous attachments on the phalanx. Muscle fibers do not extend in the fingers. Fine movements. It involved in fine muscles of the hip and lower limb. Here, let us talk later.